Well, hello everyone out there, my lead followers, and I tell you what, today I wanna just maybe bring the thinner of kind of like stuff to show and tell as I regularly do, and actually I'm pretty good right now, and I haven't made those attempts of trying to just go without any uh, relation, whatever derivation of that relation would be, going without any relation to the subject, or maybe some random topic I'm all going out of all of a sudden in this video shoot out tonight. And guys, actually I'm kind of like losing my voice again. I have to have some lozenge or something to soothe my throat slightly, though it seemed pretty good regarding my recent history of my events that I had with my throat, and now I'm in demand. I believe I am, and guys, see those sounds that I'm making, they're not just earlier than something American resembling thing, and I'm all trying to do my best to pitch some coherent story of tonight for these things I'm making this video shoot of tonight. As saying, if I'm losing my voice, then no can do and bear with all this mess that you may just to encounter here with my current video shoot, not only current video shoot, like all the video shoots that I made in whole while making my activities here on my adorable channel, which I probably called with a name or like being diameter for English. I meant to do this thing, and as I was heading home and I was thinking what to start with, and I just remember that story, road trip, which was made in the year 2001, and there is a movie called The Road Trip. And this a comedy or the gal and it's smart, and another guy, and I don't remember his name, not big guy about remembering guys' names, and more about the girls, just being I like girls. I know why, but because I'm a man, I'm a regular man, human being, and that's why I love girls and the stuff related to girls, and that's why I remember their names better than the names that relate to some man's stuff, man's things and stuff. And guys, I'm not about that. There was a moose in that story, not particularly like an animal moose, but that guy who was impersonating and doing moose in that scene. Remember that scene that was sitting beside some fish bowl, and making some sounds out of his guitar, making chords and sounds, and there was a murmur and something resembling some song piece kind of thing, and he was like blue 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 blue, I'm a moose, and some moose goes again, and he does blue blue, the moose animal, and I don't fucking know why he brought that stuff up for that scene, but that was a lot of fun. I died literally. I was laughing out of all my abilities that I had. I'm still having. I'm a big just guy who likes to grin and laugh and all this entertaining mood and stuff that goes along this line. That's why I brought this story up for this flagpole of this consideration my video shoot up tonight. And that guy was lit. He was like again like I cannot unsee that. Like he goes like and now I'm being silly, and maybe I'm out of my mind, who knows, maybe I'm slightly, to the slightest extent we all out of our minds slightly, right? Yes, I'm not concealing any facts of my life, and pretty much majority of my facts, they're all reality, and they're all real, and they all I don't say public, but I'm not again concealing any facts regarding that fact that I reported you about that moose, and that being silly stuff that being related to that story, depicting that story, impersonated that animal, moose animal, and the second part goes like he was second like scene. I'll set some scene for you, and then that had been enough for tonight. So now you can do the second scene was, what was that? Restless reflex. What was that? He was doing the moose that I said, and I was trying to feed some big snake, like a big, I don't fucking know its name, like a thick snake that lives in the woods. See, like, it's not the point, so I'll look that word up after I finish my video shoot of the night. So he sits beside that fishing bowl, but not a fishing bowl. Not a fish lives there, but that snake, like middle-sized thick snake, on the some branch of tree laying there in the fishing bowl, being empty without water, and there's some gravel stones on the bottom of that fishing bowl, empty one. And some branch of tree sits there in that fishing bowl on the gravel stones, and on that on that drier branch of tree, there's that fat snake lives. It's hungry, and it wants to eat something, but it's like separate, like some subtle procedure how to feed that snake thing, and it only eats once a day, and it eats at a particular time, and that the dude was sitting there near that time mark to feed that snake, and he was like preparing very attentively to that stuff, like counting seconds and preparing some living mouse. I believe that there were one living mouse, and he was about to feed that poor mouse to that snake, and he was like holding that mouse, but he's holding that poor mouse that was about to die because of being eaten by its tail, and it was, oh, like that mouse, poor thing, was making movements and preparing to talk to God in a minute or so. And the mouse got, by the way, and he was putting that poor mouse atop of the empty fishing bowl full of snake, full of snakes. With that snake, one snake, and it wasn't full with snakes, only one lived there, and he was like putting it top of the fishing bowl, and it was he got sidetracked for a tiny second, for a little moment there, was looking at some other, like, or through the window or something distracted his attention. He wasn't looking at that mouse at the time. He was looking, just spontaneously had a look, slightest look at the window, and he was distracted. And the same fucking moment, that snake got that mouse, and not only mouse, but it it pulled all his big and squeezing mouth atop of his wrist, with his fist being inside that mouth of that snake, and it swallowed. That snake swallowed the entire, not only palm of the fist, up to the whole wrist joint. That was that, and it was horrified. That guy was horrified. He was yelling, wielding this snake on his fist, not being able to tear it off, and he was like wheeling it around, rotating that snake on his fist, and trying to get rid of that snake, and that was a lot of fun. He was yelling. That snake being whirled like around his arm, and he was like yelling, and at that same fucking moment another guy is knocking the door and opens the door, and that the first guy, he like rotating that snake, and all of a sudden that snake tears a part of his arm and gives fly, and that snake gives fly right in the face of that second guy who knocked the door, and it sticks to his face, and he's like, rah! And the scene, like I described you, and guys, I remember pretty vividly, and it's not only something that you can get with words. You have to see it on your own eyes. If you haven't seen that movie, I highly recommend you doing that. It's called Road Trip, made in the year 2001. that's about it. But for tonight, I guess I brought something interesting for you. So then you're allowed to give me a like, dislike, or whatever. Do what you want with your activities down there on my comment section below me as well. Do nothing that will be counted as well, and so then I'm good with any regards being just from your side or from any other side, and anyway we'll be good together, right? I gotta roll again. Now can do later night. Thanks again for being with me tonight, and for Brexit, whatever Brexit matter of the American, and forever will if I don't die. I hope I won't, and you will live along with me. Be good, never give up. I'll be on it with soon as I release something good and stupid for you. Be good, never give up. Bye.